Hello and welcome back to RPG Research and Heroes of the Mist, audience interactive actual play tabletop role-playing game with Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 1st edition in the homebrew multiverse campaign setting Worlds of Beru. You can learn more about the show at mistheroes.com and the campaign setting at beru.world, and about the 501c3 non-profit charitable organization studying the effects of all role-playing game formats and their potential to help improve lives at rpgresearch.com. Do please consider donating by swinging by and clicking on the donate button. Donors get extra hero points, and your hero points can be used during the show, if you're in the chat room, to affect the gameplay. You can either help or hinder the adventure through different expenditures of those points.
Or just make things weird.
Yes, or make them weird. Although you don't need hero points to do that, apparently.
Well, not when I'm in the room.
And so under audience interaction on mistheroes.com, you can see the catalog where you can spend those points to do different things. So when we stopped for the break, zombies were rising up, and Karn of the Golden Helm, the Knight of Camelot, was doing the best he could to fight them off. Torin was plucking off a few of them here and there with his sling and silver bullets.
I got one! Yeah!
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. And but then a zombie centaur missing its left arm came charging through, and Torin kind of ran out of the way and up on top of all the logs. There's still about 15 feet of logs to clear out of the way before the horses can be pulled through. Now, any of you could run over the logs and leave the horses behind. Any of you could do that. Just so you're aware of that.
Oh, yeah.
But 15 more feet of logs to clear, and then you'll be into the wood. The road will be cleared. You'll be able to ride the horses in and get away. So Karn has been trying to buy time for that while the rest of you have been pulling the logs out of the way.
And just so we're clear, pretty much we've carved a 10-foot wide channel through the slog field. Is that what's happening?
Yes.
And so we have all of our horses pretty much...
It's uneven, so they're off to the sides pulling the logs. It's a jagged pathway. You're just trying to punch a 10-foot hole through, but you've kind of pulled a lot of things out of the way.
Okay.
Because remember, you had to pull the horses, pull the logs this way and that way and this way and that way. So it's very haphazard. What do you...
Try to...
The cameras don't show the map at all.
Boom.
Yeah, that's what
Actual is missing.
The what?
Actual is missing.
Joe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where'd Joe go? Do you try refreshing?
I did.
We lost Joe?
Maybe he had a power outage.
Katie, you want to text Joe to see what happened?
Joe fell asleep.
Will do.
Thanks.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
You already tried refreshing the browser?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that again.
Okay. Yeah, bad time for him to disappear. Odin took Farhad, says Papa Voodoo.
No! Take me!
So that would be a lot of hero points to spend.
So, are all the horses pretty much tied up and pulled logs, or like we just were using a few and some were just standing there?
They're all being used to go
Okay.
as quickly as possible, because some of you need 2 or 3 of them to pull some of the bigger
Okay.
logs. So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's usually in teams of at least 2 each.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a mess. It's very awkward and uneven land, and you're doing the best you can. But just 15 more feet. But that's still going to take a while. And you can hear Karn breathing very heavily. He's getting tired. He's been putting up a good fight for quite a while, and in the dark, with just firelight behind him.
He probably has blind fight.
All right. So, not sure what to do with Farah missing, but let's go ahead and resolve this situation with the centaur charging and Torin jumping out of the way up onto the logs.
Yeah.
So the centaur's charging in, coming up behind the horses.
I'm yelling after is like, got one coming in, look out!
You don't do anything.
Well,
It is within sword range if you wanted to.
all right then. Guess I'd take a swing.
Give it a shot with the
Yeah.
sword. All right,
Yeah.
roll your d20. With all your wonderful modifiers.
Please, just
and
hit.
make sure you do include the undead bonus.
All right then. 16, and I have a +3, but I'm so that's plus, so 17 to hit with a +3 damage.
Oh yeah, that's a hit. Roll your damage.
And that would be. All right, are these medium or are these large creatures?
The centaur, I think, is large. Isn't
All right
it?
then. So that
Yes,
means
it's large.
Oh.
It's the same size as a horse.
Yeah, so it's
So I
large.
roll a D8 of damage plus
Okay.
3. Come on, big money. Big money. 8!
Nice! And add your bonus.
So that is a total of 11.
So its left arm was already lopped off.
Yep.
You slice into its left side and cut through its lower spine.
Oh, wow.
And so it kind of flops over on its own back, like the upper body part flops over on back on its horse quarters.
This ain't quite
And
flavor.
stumbles into the logs where you are at.
Oh, done that.
And skewers itself on a few of the log shrapnel pieces, just kind of onto it. But it's still twitching. However, when you sliced it with the sword, you see all of that blackening and hardening and turning to that shriveled material that you saw the hand when you stabbed it. You see that spreading through it. And after a few moments, it stops moving.
Yeah, so I'm like, I give it one good chop to the head just to make sure it doesn't.
Okay. All right, roll.
Double tap. Because, you know, it's going to suck when you get back up and bite you.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't fumble. It's 3 total.
So, in your panic, you hacked the log next to it and missed. Even though it's not moving. You
Was
hacked
it
the
in that
log.
head?
It is now. Oh, there's a +4, so it's 7.
Yeah, still missed.
Okay.
You hit the log really well, though.
All right.
Want to give it another shot?
You just wait for me to get that fumble so you can laugh. 20.
Natural?
Natural 20.
All right, you remove its head cleanly. And then the head starts to shrivel up. And then
Okay.
it completely stops twitching.
All right then. Where are zombies in field related to here? Like how is this an accurate representation?
Each square is 10 feet.
Okay then. And how much space is this thing taking up in that pathway? Is it actually acting as a barrier now?
No, because it's skewered on the logs by you, so it's not blocking the pathway.
Okay.
It's out of the way. So move it just north of the pathway there.
Just
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
And last thing,
Yes?
any of these logs can. No, I can't move them. I don't have the strength. Never mind.
Okay, yeah. And I gave you a few extra turns there just because
Yeah.
we're stalling for time for Joe. Any word, Katie, on Joe?
No word yet.
You want to try calling him?
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Reverb, apparently. We have reverb. Dan? Apparently we have reverb.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. It's usually a mic balance issue. Okay. You're still running south. You're still running south. You're still running south. Moisha's running south. The only other player that was here, we are missing.
So what is
What, does Drenera do anything?
Genera and
They are scrambling with the
Claws.
horses as fast as possible because their best hope is to get these logs out of the way.
okay, so they just keep
They're
fighting.
counting on Karn and Torn and maybe Farhad to.
And Karn is whipping.
He is
Well,
fighting, but he's getting in trouble.
well, what if we have Farhad continue working with it and have Klaus temporarily come out and,
Well, they
and
need
fight?
him though.
They need
him moving the
True.
logs. He's yeah.
Oh well, I tried.
Yeah. Well, it may just have to be that Farhad's just helping with the logs as well. I guess it'll
Yep.
just be Torn and Karn.
All right then.
All right. Let me do a little combat resolution here with Karn to see if he's gone down yet.
Oh no.
No dying Karn against the rules. You'll never live it down.
Yeah, that's the only way he'll ever fully earn respect from Farhad.
Not even
if he
then.
sacrifices himself.
Not even then.
No answer from Joe, so I wonder if there's something wrong with Dale.
Okay.
That's my best guess.
What was okay? You'd think he'd at
No
least
answer and no response to text.
you'd think he'd at least say something. Well, all right.
Normally he would, so that's why I wonder if there was something, sudden that happened.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, that sucks.
Torn to the rescue.
All right. Karn doesn't go down, but he's got several behind him. He's now completely surrounded. Let's go ahead and put about 3 of those on his behind him.
I do have a character sheet.
Excuse me.
I gave him a character sheet if you wanted to use for combat.
I'm not going to put him into it
Okay.
without him here unless it's absolutely necessary.
All right then.
So, Karn is, you can kind of tell by the your torches and such that he's completely surrounded now and
All right
getting
then.
overwhelmed.
I start yelling at him. Karn! Fall back! Fall back to the logs!
Okay, you see him look over his shoulder and he realizes he's surrounded and whirls on those behind him, but he can't get through them. They're grappling at him and such. He's weaving and bobbing, but he can't get past them. A couple more come in behind him, and now when you yell, two of them look over in your direction, start shambling quickly in your direction. So take two on the north side, yeah, and have them about halfway.
Halfway?
Yeah, that's a little fast, but you get the idea.
Okay. And how well do they move? Does it look like they can
Very
navigate?
slowly.
Okay.
They are shambling.
All right then.
They always attack
Katie?
last and around. Katie, you need to
Crows
mute
should
when
be
you're not
attacking
speaking,
them.
please.
Okay then. I
Thank you.
make sure I get my footing well back into so that they have to deal
Come
with
up at
wood.
you through the
Yeah.
logs. Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to try and actually hit some of the ones between me and Karn to try, see if I can get
With your sling.
with my sling.
All right, in the dark, with the flickering torchlight.
What else
That's
am I
fine.
gonna
I'm
do?
I'm just letting you know these are the variables that are going to make it challenging.
Yeah.
But you have full proficiency with your sling,
Full
right?
proficiency with the sling.
All right, roll away.
Come on, big money.
Do you have a
Nah,
dex
so-
bonus by any chance?
What'd you get?
7. So it's a miss.
All right, so make sure you're chalking off your ammo there as you
Yeah.
go.
Pencil?
So do you have a missile adjustment?
No,
Okay.
my dex is not special enough for that.
Most of him is not special enough for.
He's very special.
Yeah. Yes.
After all, you're now a man. Act like it.
All right, go ahead and move those two zombies 3 more squares.
Ooh, they are moving fast. At 10 foot per square.
That's only 30 feet.
That's fast for a zombie.
It's 6 double.
Yeah.
So that's 60 feet
Right.
normally. So that's only 30 feet that they moved. All right, you want to take another shot?
Yeah.
All right. Which one? The right or left one?
Let's say I'm aiming
Oh,
for
back by Karn. Okay.
this. Yeah.
Ooh.
You're trying to help Karn.
Count out the range on that, because remember, sling doesn't have very long range. I thought you were going after the ones that were.
Sling has as good as range as a bow.
Does it?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll let you know in just half a hair.
I got
Oh
5,
yeah,
10,
no,
20.
it's not bad. Sling, bullet, 5, 10, and 20.
4, 5.
Yeah,
That's
slings
actually
are
pretty
60,
good.
So that's 60 feet, which is
Okay.
less than 50 yards.
the whole David and Goliath story is actually
Yeah. Okay.
not as
yeah.
impressive as it sounds. Slings were deadly.
20!
Natural.
Yeah.
Natural 20. Beautiful.
2 times.
Roll your damage.
This is
twice.
going to give you some major confidence.
Yeah.
That is D4s plus 1.
Tauren, Slayer of the
no
Dead.
bonuses for silver. Alright, so 3, do we double it or we roll twice?
You roll twice.
Alright, so
Right,
3.
We decided twice, or did we decide double? I forgot what we decided. What was our house rule? I forgot.
The house
We
rule
doing
is you
times two?
maximize the first roll and then roll for the second one, but that's what
What?
I always used.
No, that's not what. That's
Oh,
not
I thought we were doubling it.
Doubling it.
Just
Okay.
times 2.
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay,
then.
we'll just do times 2 then.
So that's,
I
and
like
does
that
the
better.
plus 1 get a times 2 for that being bullet? It's like D4 plus 1. Is that times 2 as well? So it'd be a 3, 6, then plus 2?
It is so.
It's usually
Take your
just the
base
roll.
damage.
Alright, D4 plus
Add your bonus.
Okay, so 8. We'll say 8.
Yeah, and then double it.
Alright.
Oh,
Okay.
after the bonus.
For a nat 20, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you double the damage.
Alright, then so I just dealt 8
Yeah.
points of damage to 1.
Nice. You strike it straight in the skull, pop out the back of its head flips back, and it falls backwards with a thunk. Kind of an unpleasant watermelon squishing sound into the mud and
I yell
everything.
back, Karn! Get to the logs!
He tries to hack his way
Nowhere
out,
near as nice as slings are. Sling stabs are nowhere near as nice.
but they're multi-use.
Well, we'll use that.
All right, he manages to decapitate one.
Okay.
the one closest to him, and tries to break through that little gap there.
Does he?
Well, they're going to get to attack him as he does so. And just about all of them, that are around him get to. All right,
And
four
Karn's got
of
big
them.
armor.
What?
Karn has big armor.
He doesn't have it on. He took all that off to haul the logs.
He put on some of it, but not.
No,
couldn't-
he only
couldn't
had
get
a
the whole
shield
thing.
and sword. He'd taken all that off to haul
Okay.
the logs.
Not even wearing the helm?
Nope, that's all
Not that
on
it
his
would
horse.
affect anything
Yeah.
at this point.
Well, he should actually have better against grappling without armor. So if they're trying to grapple
True.
him, he's going to be slippier.
All right,
Yeah,
so
that
three,
grab
four,
claw,
sorry, four of them
it'll
got
tear.
him. Ooh, man, that's adding up. But he's hanging in there. He's got claw marks all over him, but he comes bursting on out.
He might be
That's
getting
about as far as he can go in the muck.
Korean oil wrestling.
All right,
Santaran quicksand bristle.
go ahead and move those two all the way up to the logs right next to you. They're trying to climb up the logs to get to you. You're backed away
Yeah.
just enough to be out of claw range, but they're trying to climb up, and they are succeeding.
Okay.
So, but it slows them way down. What do you do?
Try and move so that so I'm not between the two of them. I'm just like to the side of one and hack at it.
So you change weapons?
Yeah.
Okay. First edition, I think it's your full round when you change weapons.
Okay.
So go ahead and double check, but I'm pretty sure full weapons change is a full round. Please double check. It might be in the DMG.
I would think it would depend on. I mean,
I think
just
if
in
you
reality,
just
I would
drop
think it
a
would-
weapon and pull another one, I think you can do it. But I think if you actually put one weapon away and pull another weapon
I can
out,
totally drop my sling.
I believe that. Yeah, that's your choice. It'll fall down into the mess of
I
stuff.
can make one in like an hour, so whatever.
Okay, so that's your choice. If you
I'm
want to just
making that.
drop it
Yeah. No.
and pull your sword out till we find out for sure. I
In
think
realistic
that's-
terms, I would imagine it would depend
Yeah.
on the weapons.
Sure,
Yeah.
but I'm going to say for the moment, drop your sling,
Yeah.
pull the sword. He'll look up how long it takes. I forget. I think it's in the DMG under combat. So you get your sword out,
Yeah.
and you're going to go for the one on the north.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. And you can move them a little closer now because they've climbed up on the logs now. They're having a lot of trouble with how rickety the logs are.
All right then.
Their equilibrium's not very good. These are not modern day zombies.
Okay.
This is the running zombie crap.
The fast
These are
zombies.
old school 1950s zombies.
All right then. 15 plus 1, so
You know,
16
28 days
total.
later here.
16 total?
Yeah.
All right, that's a slice. You added your bonus.
48 days
Yeah,
later.
that's what the bonus is added. Because I still have a no proficiency at this. So
Yep.
fine.
Yeah, you're doing it against your no. Yeah, that's doing okay.
I roll a total of 7 points of damage on the guy.
All right, and that was a wood elf one. You managed to slice it into the neck, and the sword just seems to cut through like butter and come out the other side. So you weren't even going for a decapitation. You kind of ended up doing like a diagonal one all the way through its rib cage and out its side. So that whole right side fell off, and it falls to the left. Yeah, no, to the north.
To the, boom.
Splat. And that one was a wood elf one.
Okay.
All right, you're racking up the killing blows here, man. What Torn the Mighty here?
Yeah.
Like Joxer the Mighty.
Yeah.
Except in the alternate
character
reality where,
ever.
except in the alternate reality where he was actually awesome.
Right. He kicked butt, Dad. Yeah.
By the power cord!
All right, Karn wheels back around now that he broke out of being surrounded and steps over to those that were the closest to the road.
These?
Yeah, because
Okay.
he's trying to stop them, right? He's trying to give you guys more time to dig out.
Okay.
But he doesn't want to be surrounded either.
Right, exactly. Because then they get him on all sides. So, nat 20 even.
I hope you're rolling
Yes.
Karn's attacks.
Yes. Let's see. This is bastard sword, so that's okay. All right, so he slices one in half and
Sure.
decapitates the other one.
Sure.
Yeah. Because they
Okay.
come out. So go ahead and move all of them up on him again, not behind him, but they have all moved up on him, and he's trying to stop them.
Maybe not quite that
Not quite that
crowded.
close.
That's a little disturbing.
All right then. All right.
All right. Meanwhile, this long line of elves running through, zigzagging through these deer trails. You guys are trying to keep up. You know, obviously they know the woods better than you do here, but because there's so many of them, they're kind of laying down a good path for you guys to follow. You make really good progress, and you can hear now all the moans and groans and what sounds like slicing and chopping sounds, as well as you can hear the hacking of wood and the dragging of logs, and you can hear Torin calling out to Karn, and Karn giving grunts and yells, and Farhad, and even Dranera you can hear giving a yah to the horses, trying to get them to drag the logs, and then Kloss every now and then giving a and you hear a as he moves a log out of the way. Go ahead and remove about 5 feet of log. Yeah, you just move them to the side there. They're still there, they're just kind of moved to the sides. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
That's kind of how the whole thing is progressing. All right, so they're moving as fast as they can. You can move everybody in a little bit with the horses a little bit more, trying to get a little more space from the horde. By the way, there's a lot more zombies than we have on there. Just imagine that cluster going back out of sight.
Oh wow.
There's hundreds of them. They're not all here yet.
I'm glad
Oh, yeah.
Torin can't see that.
Yes, yes, yes.
He's like, what? 20 more or something?
Like he gets hit in the head and suddenly has infravision for a moment. Like,
yeah, because just about everything that wasn't blown to pieces has come back as undead that was in that battlefield, the hundreds of bodies. So this is just the beginning of them. These were the closest ones. And they seem to be attracted to you guys for some reason. All right. You go ahead.
All right then.
Yeah, the other one, it's trying to take a swing at you.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no, you get to go first. It always goes last now that it's in range unless you move away.
Nah, this is probably about the best place to be.
Okay. Yep.
Nat 20.
This is really
No.
impressive. No.
Wow, that's 3.
give me
These
those.
are
By the power
these are my dice,
cord!
right? These are
Hey,
my standard
give me my-
dice just laying here.
Give me my
Oh,
dice
it
back.
is. Oh, he's using up all your mojo.
Yeah.
So I
He's
think I just
stealing all your
Well, see,
mojo.
those are the dice that I loan him every single week, and
They
and
are
just now,
fantastic dice.
Because gamers aren't superstitious at all.
and just now
So
they're.
is this the one where I just go and it just like slices him in
Well,
twain?
roll your damage.
Okay.
It depends on how much damage.
Ah, come on, slice in twain.
Is
Two.
it D6 or D8? Which sword was
It is short sword, so it's a D6,
it?
for
D6,
small.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 2
Medium.
plus 3, 5, so 10 points of damage total.
Sure. Yeah. Go for it.
And the magic.
Half of Voltron slice through, and again, as it's falling, it's crinkling and drying up as a husk as it falls to 2 halves on the ground. You're like, whoa.
Unfortunately, he's the only one that's seen this.
Yeah.
The rest of
nobody
us
else
are
has
going to be
seen it,
like,
but I'm
"Oh."
sure you guys are going to hear about it.
And hey, he jumped at me. So I sliced
Well,
him
save it
7 times.
for when you have the chance.
Next
Right
time,
now, you're still fighting.
next time we get to rest, he's gonna go up like 3 levels.
All right, Karn tries to do carnage. Oh no!
Oh,
Dex
Karn,
check.
fumble.
His sword, he slips in them on. So some creature grabs his leg, and he slips in the mud, and his sword goes spinning off into the mass of creatures.
Ooh.
Oh! And you just hear him, no! Oh! Another fumble in a row. He goes down, and they pile on top of him.
Oof.
So Karn is laying down on his back,
That
and there's
does not
3 of them on top
sound-
of him.
He might not come back from that.
So
Like-
you see him
Like how many
slip, fall
are piled
down,
on him
and
immediately?
3 of them
3.
immediately on him.
Okay.
Immediately clawing at him and everything.
Three's not terrible.
Yeah, it's the other 30 that were within like
Oh, yeah.
one turn of him.
So he's trying to hide under the shield, basically, trying to keep them from tearing his face. And actually, it's working. He's keeping them off his face, at least. They're not doing any real harm. All right, so you see him go down.
All right then. Karn! They're getting Karn! Yes,
Give me some help here!
yeah. Yeah, I hop down and run into battle.
All right.
I'm yelling at
Roll
the-
your decks because of the muck and everything here.
And,
Okay.
Long
And the
before
corpses.
now he rolls
Yeah. Now the mojo
a
fails.
Why you gotta
critical,
be
a critical
jinxing me?
fail.
10 under 13.
Oh, you're fine. All right, you leap on down and run through the muck. You're able to get up right next to him, and there's a whole bunch of zombies there. Now what?
Slice.
You gonna take a slice at one of them on top of him, or one of the ones standing over him?
Probably the one on top because I need those to be
Well, there's
opposite.
3 on top of him.
Then I won't be able to hit him, so I probably won't hurt him. Yay! So,
Okay, so take a swing.
He's also got the shield up,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, he's got at least some protection.
aim for the one that's over that's most over the shield.
yeah. 11 plus 1, so 12. Plus 4 if it's prone.
Yeah, that's a hit.
All right.
Roll of
then.
damage. Luckily, they're not very strong. I mean, they're strong enough, but
I imagine it would be
your
semi.
sword is making short work.
5.
5. Okay. You slash it, and its whole left, like you slash into its left shoulder, and it kind of disconnects a little bit, but holds on a little. But then you see it starting, the black hardening starts to happen, and it rolls, because it can't hold itself up, it rolls off of him to the side.
Yeah.
It's not dead, but it is temporarily out of action. All right, and now there's 2, 1 on each side of you.
All right, then. So here.
So yeah, one
Here.
put 1 on each side of you as they come up on you, and then put more around him as well.
Oh my. Hopefully the rest of the party's going to show up real soon.
All right. What?
Don't you think that Farhad would want to come to Karn's rescue just to show off?
He seemed to not care what happens to Karn.
So
His
anyone-
attitude was so bad.
Did anyone
Okay.
break
Yeah,
off and
that's-
come when I yelled at Karn's down? Or
Did you yell? At
yeah, I
Karn's
yelled,
dad?
they
Okay.
got Karn.
All right.
And he yelled too for help.
Okay. Yeah, Kloss is going to come a running, but he's
Okay.
pretty much just bare chested with his what's his Kloss's weapon?
Great sword, 2-hand sword.
His 2-hand sword.
Bardiche,
Pepper
two-handed sword.
He has a bardiche.
Bow.
He has a pole arm.
He has a bardiche.
He's come in charge with a pole arm.
He's just coming wielding a log.
All right, so where should I have him in all?
He's
this?
halfway.
So about there.
No, not that far.
About there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, he should just throw one of the logs at him.
Not a very accurate weapon. All right.
But if you're throwing into a crowd,
Exactly.
Karn is unable to get back on his feet. The 2 that are on top of him clawed him. 1 does get through and claws him, taking more damage. Luckily, he's quite hardy, but he's not able to get back up. He's still under them. And 2 more pile on top. Now there's 4 on him.
the only thing that says relevant to changing weapons is that rounds are actually pretty long. That's
yeah,
it.
but somewhere there is something that says something about changing a weapon versus dropping a weapon.
You should call
And I
him
don't
a
know if it's
horse.
the player's handbook or
And
the
he's
DMG,
tied.
but it's in there somewhere under combat.
His
There's a
name's
whole
Killer.
section in the player's handbook for combat as well.
Yeah, I read both of them.
Okay.
He can get himself untied.
But we'll go with what I said for now. If you want to do a full change and put your weapon away, it uses up your whole round. If you want to drop a weapon and just grab one, it's an easy weapon. You can go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Sounds fair.
All right. Did the 2 swing at you yet? No.
They have not. They
Okay,
moved up
it's now their turn because you already got your strike.
All right then.
So they come at you. What's your current armor class?
Would be 7.
Okay.
Do you know how much damage a bardiche does, or do I need to pull it up for you?
Bardiche does 2 to 8 versus regular, 3 to 12 versus large.
Okay.
So any of the centaurs would be good mincemeat. Well, the first one definitely hit you.
Aw.
It was almost a nat 20. Second one, though, you're able to move aside. So it claws, it just rakes at you with its disgusting bony fingers for 3 hit points, rakes across your chest.
Oh, that's not bad.
Now your clothing and armor mostly saves you, so you
Okay.
don't get too much damage.
So I'm at 25. Okay.
All right.
And then the magical fish armor appears around you.
Scale mail.
Exactly.
Okay, now Karn goes ahead and tries to get out from under, and he finally just stands up with all four of them clinging onto him. Two of them on the shield, one on each shoulder, but he gets standing back up.
Wow.
But there's still four clinging onto him.
So 1, 2.
It'd be awesome
And
if
that used up
Farhad
his
could
whole
see
round
that.
just getting up that way. And now it is your turn.
I'm going to take a strike at this guy here.
Okay, go for it.
Is that the guy that you
That's
severed
it.
severed his
16
arm, but he
plus
wasn't down?
things- No, that one probably fell to the ground. So 16 plus 1, so 17 total.
That's a hit.
And damage of
You're rolling really well.
10. Oh, no, sorry, 8.
All right, you're that's another kill. So
He's rolling really well because he has to.
How do you describe it?
Oh, this is one of those things where just kind of
This is a North Ron.
North Rond.
Yep.
What have the others been up to this point? There's a
There
centaur.
have been 2 centaurs and four North Rons. Your fourth
Okay.
North Ron and 2 elves.
Okay, then. It's probably
You're
just
an equal opportunity destroyer.
a slash that just kind of takes off actually they're giant, so it's probably like a slash that just kind of goes through the hip.
Okay. And then it falls to the side,
Yeah.
and then the black starts to shrivel it up. So
Yeah.
okay, cool. And that's a kill. So
Yeah.
all right, so that one's down. And
And I'm yelling let's run, car, let's get to the logs.
so Karn, with them still clinging to him, runs over in your direction, shoving one of those using the shield with 2 of them on the shield. Slams the shield into that to knock him sprawling. Let's see how the shield bash goes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he knocks
So,
it
boom,
sprawling.
boom, boom. Are they still
And
holding
knocks
on?
the 2 that were on there. He knocks off in the process. He doesn't destroy them, but he gets them off. He's still got one clinging to each shoulder, trying to bite at him as he runs back with you to try to get over by the logs. As you guys do so, you see Klaus come charging along with a big ol' Bardiche, just charging straight in. And let's see how he does. What's his attack bonus with that strength and everything?
Is it?
Plus
Massive.
3, plus 4.
+4 to hit, +4 to damage. That's assuming it's a non-magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that total hit. And, well, hang on. It's not as much damage as you would think. 2 to 8.
2 to 8 +4.
Oh, that's all.
Okay, well, it depends on how you roll.
That's a minimum 6 points of damage, which should kill them.
Okay. So he just runs one through, and, it's halfway up his pole arm as he kind of shakes it around, and it kind of like this. It's kind of animated on the pole because he's trying to get it off of it.
Okay.
And so he finally finesses it out, and it falls to the ground as a sack of whatever. And then he pulls back with the 2 of you, so you guys can make a barrier there.
Okay, then.
Karn stands right in the middle of the road and indicates for the 2 of you to get up on the logs on each side.
Oh, this guy's still here, so yeah.
Is there a % chance that I have holy water?
No.
Okay.
It's something you have to overtly have gotten. Because it was always in the equipment list, and it could have been asked for from the druids. So, or clear even back at the Fist of Cord, you even could have asked for holy water.
Well, I could have asked it at the druids. but
Now,
it's the
does he
only
know I have holy
Yeah.
water? Because we were talking about how to trap and do things.
No.
Okay. So,
place. I'm just going to make a generic announcement.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get there. So, speaking of which, so now they're there. So, you guys are a little bit ahead of the shambling. Now, as they're getting closer and the torch lights, are you can see more, you can now see there's just wall of them going back in each direction. There's way more. You can, from the moaning, you realize, oh my goodness. You're realizing that whole field is squirming with them. The reality's sinking in.
Well, we
We're
saw
all doomed.
how many of them there were. If we'd known this, we would have decapitated one of them as we walked past them.
and that would have made almost no difference.
Actually. So it's too late now, so.
But yeah, I would have been fine.
Yeah. One group did that. One group, when they got to the crossroads, they literally decapitated every single body they could find. They spent the whole afternoon.
We haven't
just
come across any
headless ones.
any
And
undead so far.
No
so,
nearly headless Nicks.
so we never had to.
No.
Right? You didn't know. You didn't. know.
That's
What I
one
want to
thing we're
know-
not paranoid about
Yeah.
is.
What
We
prompted
will be
that?
now.
Is that just like gamers, lots of dead bodies, let's kill them all? Or is it like someone was like, oh, I sense evil presence, we should make sure the Jez don't rise? I just want to know, was it like a game thing or a gamer thing that led to that action?
It was one of the characters had a little bit of a necromancer type background,
Okay.
and so thinking that there could be trouble, it was a paranoid character.
Okay.
And he's like, we need to do this just in case. Like everybody's like, really, we're gonna spend the whole afternoon, and he's like, yeah, and talked him into it, and it was not a bad idea.
It's amazing how far a little bit of experience and paranoia will go.
It wasn't an experienced gamer though.
What
It
I
was
had
just a paranoid player, yeah.
Oh no, experience with the character.
Oh,
You know,
right, yeah.
Like I had a game once where we appeared in this magical castle or whatever, and 2 times in a row we had people get really mad at us when we walked into doors with doors, and so for the rest of the campaign we knocked at every door we came across before we went in. It was a thing. It's like it's a door, we have to knock.
So you're kind of like Sheldon adventurers, like zombies.
No, just you want to be polite because you never know if the other person inside is going to decide to attack you because you are rude.
Okay, so much for surprise.
Exactly.
All right, you guys are running south.
All right, so where are they coming out?
If Farhad was here, he would see all of a sudden these they're coming right over the logs on the road.
Okay.
So,
So,
they
like,
come
through
up, oh
here?
yeah, they just start showing up right there, but they don't go that far.
Okay.
They're literally on the big logs. They do
Okay.
not go all the way.
The elves.
But
Oh, yeah,
yeah, the elves all spread out along those logs.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be artillery. You know.
Well, they pulled their bows, but then you see the lead archer tell them to put them away, and they put their bows away and start pulling out their various swords and axes and such.
Oh yeah.
So you guys come running behind.
So they're the rear
and
guard.
you see the elves are up there, and that you see them putting their bows away and taking out their swords and axes.
Okay.
So the first one to show up would be Moisha.
Yeah. Moisha, what do you do?
Moisha's busy finding his microphone. So Moisha, oh hell, we're all doomed. Will pull his sword and join the fray.
All right. So sword or axe or what? What do you have? What is sword?
Sword.
Sword. Okay.
The axe is being.
So you're gonna start climbing over the logs. It's gonna take you a while to climb over those logs.
She has a long sword.
Okay.
Oh, you have a long sword.
You have a short
you're
bow
right, I
and
do
a
have
long sword.
Yeah, short bow, long sword,
And dwarf boots.
Yes, I got them backwards.
and dwarf
And
boots.
dwarf boots.
Does 1 die 2 points of damage if she kicks somebody.
Oh,
Or steel toed with a little
tough
tiny
boots.
spot.
Okay. All right, that's good to keep in mind. Kicking with the boots is not a bad thing with these creatures.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but it's gonna take you 2 rounds just to get over that pile.
Okay. Well, then I
and
will clamber over the pile before I draw my sword.
That's fine. That's fine. So next in line was the bard, Lindale.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, I get a high point. Am I within 60 feet of the nearest zombie?
No.
I move up until I can get to within 60 feet.
So clambering over the logs.
Yep, I have
Okay.
got no other choice.
It's going to take 2 rounds to get over those
50,
logs.
Oh
60.
wow. Okay.
'Cause
Meanwhile,
it's the worst of it.
I will yell, use holy water if you've got it!
Anybody know Farhad had any holy water?
Yeah, I think he did. I think I'm pretty sure.
Moisha saved snow from the Odin place. Would that count?
Maybe
It was Odin's footsteps.
it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
She's
She
still-
pulled
You
it
can
out of
try
her
it and see what
footsteps.
happens.
Touched by a god.
So-
I don't think it gets much holier.
Am I close enough to?
No.
But were
Okay,
his
I'll wait.
shoes holy? I mean, they had a soul.
All right,
He's
all
like
right.
the soul of a god.
But if they spoke in tongues, maybe they were. Okay, that one was a stretch, but.
Lace it up.
He's got oil.
No,
Okay.
that's just lamp oil.
Well,
Yeah, but lamp oil
just
burns.
lamp oil, yeah.
No, so we can have flaming zombies.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong with that?
No, I feel
For
like I
science.
remember him saving some water.
The
Well,
sweat of
Yeah.
cord.
Cord.
Sweat of cord. I think they both saved some cord sweat.
That's a good point.
Doesn't say anything on there though. Without him here, I don't
Officially
know.
on my character sheet, I do not have sweat of cord. I do have holy water.
No, he
Picked
doesn't
up
have written
at the
down.
jeans.
Okay. Then without it, I can't do it. River, Talk, you arrive.
Yes. I get to the nearest point where I can see.
So climb up on the logs as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the north end there, climb up on the logs.
And what's my range? Oh no, I think I'm the
Sorry,
That's
yeah.
the one next to the goose, the chicken.
There's a bunch of stuff that's written so lightly I
Yeah.
can't read it.
So, what's my range at this point?
Those are 10-foot squares.
We did all that.
So, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So about 90 from the nearest thing, but that's just in a straight line, so I'm further away from that. I'm going to get out a little bit further. I'm going to go down from the logs on the other side.
Okay.
Down in front of Moisha's dog there.
Okay. It's going to take 2 rounds just to get over, and then all that brown stuff is also very difficult to move through as well. It's not quite as bad as that, but
Yeah.
basically, when you're in the brown stuff, you can only move 2 squares per round.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it's just all torn up and torn.
Well, I got a spell that is 6 inches plus 1 inch per level, so
Okay.
that'd be 90.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's feet or
Yards
yards.
outdoors.
No,
That's
magic.
actually 10.
Magic.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. That's right.
So
Magic.
it's feet.
It's feet. Yeah.
Regardless,
Tens
okay.
of feet.
So 9
Okay.
squares.
So 90 feet. Yeah. 9
Um,
squares,
So I'm just
yeah. Yep.
within range, and then it makes a cube of effect. Does the cube have to be entirely within the range, or does the edge of the cube have to be within
Which
range?
spell?
Well, it just says
Which spell is this?
improved phantasmal force. It says range 6 inch plus 1 inch per level.
Okay, area of effect.
Area of effect 4 square inch plus 1
Okay, so that means
square
within,
per level.
So you can place the center of that area of effect anywhere within your range area.
Okay.
So,
So
the
the
center, of the area
center.
of effect is anywhere that's within that range.
Okay.
You'll place it there or there or there. That becomes the center of the area of effect.
Okay. So if I put the center of this illusion at the very end of my thing of my range, then it would have conceivably would be 7 square, or so 70 square square feet.
So you get 160 at its extreme edge, 160 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay. We won't be able to do that this round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
That's what you're going to prepare next round.
Well, no, I'm deciding if I can do this from where I'm at right
Okay,
now, and not.
It took you all of this round just to climb up and get a view of things.
Okay,
so
well-
when we come back around, you can tell me what you actually want to do.
Okay.
I'm just trying to answer your questions from
Yeah.
the evaluation.
I'm just trying to see if it's worth it to try and get closer, or if I'll which I think this does. I think.
Okay, when I come back around,
Yeah.
you let me know what you decide. All right, River.
River's gonna climb up, and she's gonna try to get towards where the fighting's happening.
Okay, you want to be at the far north end, or are you going to try to go all the way down around south?
It'd be nice to come up where the path
the
is.
central path?
Yeah,
Okay, so squeeze past the elves there.
yeah.
The good thing is there, if you get to that path, you can move very quickly because they cleared once you get over the logs.
Yeah.
There. Okay, but again, it'll take 2 rounds to get over to
Okay.
down onto the path. All right, and that doesn't that 2 rounds is not this round. It took you a round to get up
Up
to
to
here.
here.
It's going to take you 2 rounds to finish traversing. 2 more rounds,
Can I?
just so that's clear.
The
Yeah.
question was, in difficult terrain like that, does any of the thief climbing abilities, since they are pretty specially, affect that?
No,
Okay, just making sure.
no, because you're just trying to walk through it. You're
That'd be
not-
more rough
So-
terrain.
Yeah.
So how do you have awesome elf jumping from tree limb to tree limb like it's no thing ability? Where is that?
Where is that proficiency?
There's both spells and boots and clothing for that.
Okay.
So that can do that. It's not a natural elf ability, but
Alright.
there are
Otherwise,
spells
I'd be
and
doing
equipment. Yeah, there's lots of equipment that
Well,
can do that.
wood elf.
And magic that can do that.
All right. Yeah. Just like how you get the cool ninja run.
Yeah, that is not a natural elf ability to that degree.
Okay.
I don't have Legolas elves
Okay.
that are skateboarding on shields down stairs and skateboarding down Mumakills.
I like it when he does a backflip and shoots 3 guys.
Stop!
I figured he just had him by surprise, so he had all of his attacks for a surprise round. So.
Gonna have a stroke.
All right then. So, in answer to Lindley yelling, he was like, "I got holy water in my pack."
Where's this pack? I would know it from before when we were there setting up.
It's
You
somewhere.
don't know where anything is at this point. They've moved so much stuff since you were last year.
It'd probably be. Let's see. Probably on one of the.
You would have to shout back
Yeah.
to him.
It'd probably
I'm
be
just trying
on.
to think where I would have actually
It'd
put
be
it.
on the warhorse, I imagine. If it
Yeah.
was your personal pack, you'd
The
want to keep
question
it
is,
close
though,
to
if we're
yourself.
using the war horse for like pulling and stuff, I probably took a lot of unnecessary things off of it. So you
No, they left the gear on so they can move quickly.
Okay.
So they're just throwing it over pommels and stuff like that and
Okay.
pulling. They left all the gear on the horses.
It's on Leon. What was that?
Okay, I will try to survive getting it from Leon.
Leon, Mordred.
Oh, by the way, no, I couldn't have gotten from the Druid's Gate unless there's actual clerics there.
Right.
DM's Guide specifically denies Druids the ability to make holy water.
Yeah, they don't make holy water. That doesn't mean they don't have traders coming through there
Okay.
with supplies.
Right.
Remember, they had a lot of
Otherwise,
supplies.
That's the case. I don't have holy water.
But remember, they had a lot of supplies that were not necessarily druid stuff
All right.
when you guys were there. So if you had asked for holy water when you're there, there would have been some.
Okay.
Just future reference.
I yell out
Don't be
generally.
afraid to
It's
ask.
like it's in the little. It's like in the little glass jar, top in your pocket.
They're little vials, or little small vials.
Yeah.
Oh wait, unless it's your homemade stuff.
No. This is
Okay.
what I got from the druid. So it'd be like little glass jar.
Small vials, yeah.
Top
They're
pocket.
crystal.
Whatever. It's there. I called it glass.
It says they
Done.
have to be crystal.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Okay.
All right. So Karn. Let's see. So go ahead and have the zombies come crashing on the 3 of you there. And again, there's just wave after wave behind. The good thing is that's a pretty defensible setup.
Yeah.
In which case we should go.
Ooh,
Oh,
what was that?
Crap.
Rice
Food.
Krispies.
The remnants of food.
How bad?
It is of
You
no
want ants?
concern.
That's how you get ants.
You could vacuum that up. Probably.
They'll vacuum. It's
It's like dust. Like
John, can you add about 4 centaurs into that mob, please?
Sure. And just in the back of them?
No, in the middle, plowing through, kind of trampling the others.
Yep.
sounds very efficient.
Okay, so Karn swinging away pretty ineffectively, actually.
Wait, does Karn get his sword? Pick up his sword?
No.
He
like-
got a sword from Kloss. It's just
Okay.
a regular whatever.
These
what
are
is
the
it?
last of the actual centaur-like creatures.
What kind of sword did Kloss have?
Two-handed.
He had two-handed.
Yeah, he handed that to
It was wide-hander.
yeah, he handed that to Karn.
I had the treats, the pan of treats on the chair here, but these chairs are like trebuchets.
Yeah, They are arena chairs.
I thought it was.
It's not a good idea to put things on them.
Well, I thought it was heavy enough for quite some time to hold it down.
I think
Right.
you
You
just
ate
knocked
some-
the chair.
It got lighter. All right.
Cheers.
Your attack, Torin.
All right then. Well, I'm gonna hack at anything that tries scrambling up towards me.
There's
All right.
plenty there.
Then that's what I do.
No shortage.
I
Oh, it's
inspire
stuck on
everybody
my
with
hand. I
war
felt
chant.
it. So a 2.
Okay. So nothing but air.
Yep.
All right. And Kloss. Actually, while you're waiting, why don't you roll Kloss?
Okay.
Yeah, I think at this
Plus
point.
4. 13 plus 4.
All right. He strikes 2d4, and then plus 4.
Let me get that sweet cleaving action. We just cut through like 3.
Yeah.
Strike.
2.
I would imagine at this point people would be
11.
giving up
5
on the
plus 4.
Total
tree
killing
chopping.
blow. Go ahead and slice away. How does he slice away?
With the two-handed?
With the bardiche.
Oh, the bardiche, it's basically out.
Slice.
And then,
Right.
ugh.
You could take out 2 or
Torn's gonna
3
be
that
yelling
way.
as he.
What's that?
Torn will be yelling as he's fighting. It's like there's hundreds of them.
Remove
They're
the
in the
zombie.
road.
And just
Where
remove the
Janera's
zombie.
calls out, and you can hear the fear in her voice. We're moving as fast as we can.
I cannot do it. I don't have the power, Captain.
Leon, where are you? I'm looking for Leon. The
Oh,
horse.
Leon. Okay. All right. Now the zombies attack because they was attacked last in the round.
Yep.
All right. So Karn is able to defend himself. He's got his shield strung over his back since he's got a two-handed sword. Klaus manages not to get hit. And your turn.
Yay!
Current armor class.
7.
Okay. Claws at you twice and just misses with the second one. Just whew, you're like, whoa, that was close.
Okay.
Almost got a little personal there. All right. And
You got a shield, right?
Yeah, I got shield and a short
Yeah.
sword.
okay, so those of you trying to climb over the logs, that was round 1 of climbing over the logs.
So we're on top
So-
of the logs, coming down.
You're on. Well, you're on. You got to the top, and you've got like it's kind of semi-level, and then you kind of jump down.
Down.
So from there,
Yeah.
it's a higher up.
Uh,
Again, they're like this. It's a really catty.
What would it be like
Yeah.
to go?
It's the same
vertically?
either way. It's even longer than because this is narrower because they cleared a lot of them out of the way. If you go north or south, it goes much deeper. The brown becomes all like that.
Okay.
So it's much worse to the south and north of
So you
there.
can't just follow on a couple particular logs to try and get
you
more
can
central.
zigzag, but it'll end up about the same.
Okay.
If you want to, that's fine. You're welcome to, but
I'm
it's not making any
just
sense.
checking for my
Yeah.
range.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is possible right
Okay.
now where I am, but
Uh-huh.
like when it is possible, River does have like one of her maneuvers is like fall, so she knows how to fall correctly and taking impact on the fall in the safest areas of their
Excellent.
body. So,
Yeah, drop and roll.
so she's gonna
Tuck
try
and
to
roll,
like
Fido.
try to more jump down
Okay.
than like
When you get there.
yeah.
That's after
I
the
think
second
that's
round.
like yeah
Yeah. Okay.
to like speed up herself. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, so this is that first round that you guys are climbing over. Talk. Are you still climbing, or are you going to try to do something?
Well,
8 squares 10.
yeah.
16.
Yeah. So now it looks like my maximum range for starting the spell would be about here. So this would be my central point.
Okay.
So that would be pretty worthwhile. So I will move as far forward as I can without sacrificing my
Safety.
my
Ability to
Turn.
my ability to cast.
Okay.
This is Phantasmal Force you're playing?
This is improved Phantasmal Force, so I can do it with minimal concentration, and it continues for 2 rounds after I stop concentrating
What does
on
it do?
All right, this is going to be complicated a little bit. So, Except as noted above and as detailed hereafter, this spell is the same as the third level magic user Phantasmal Force spell.
Yeah, the magic user creates a visual illusion which will affect all believing creatures which view the phantasmal force, even to the extent of suffering damage from phantasmal missiles or from falling into an illusory pit full of sharp spikes. Note that audio illusion is not a component of the spell. The illusion lasts until struck by an opponent, unless the spellcaster causes the illusion to react appropriately, or until the magic user ceases concentration upon the spell, due to desire, moving, or a successful attack which causes damage. Creatures which disbelieve the phantasmal force gain a saving throw versus the spell, and if they succeed, they see it for what it is and add +4 to their associate saving throw, if this knowledge can be communicated effectively. Creatures not observing the spell effect are immune until they view it. The spell can create the illusion of any object or creature or force as long as it is within the boundaries of the spell's area of effect. The area can move within the limits of the range. The material component of the spell is a bit of fleece.
Now, continuing into the improved Phantasmal Force, the spellcaster can maintain the illusion with minimal concentration, i.e. he or she can move at half normal speed but not cast other spells. Some minor sounds are created in the effects of the spell, but not understandable speech. Also, by concentration on the form of the phantasm, the improved phantasmal force will continue for 2 rounds after the illusion ceases to concentrate upon the spell. So,
You can have a hawk for your giant goose now.
what was that?
You can have a hawk for your giant goose now.
Yes, I can, but
Yay.
that's not what I'm doing this time.
Oh.
Okay.
Just for my interpretation of this, I can create pretty much anything I want and any force I want.
The appearance of.
Yes, but it would have the effects on.
Potentially.
Yeah, potentially.
Now, what
imagine
about your compatriots?
I imagine these guys. Well, anyone that believes it is in danger to it. So.
Yeah. Do you want to warn your compatriots so they get a +4 to their save?
Well, yeah. I haven't cast it yet.
I understand. I'm just want you to
trying to make
that.
sure. So, can I create? It says I can create a creature or force. Can I create a creature that has a force, i.e., a dragon with a breath weapon? Okay. I mean, I imagine, I've had some training on this, so just confirming how much knowledge of the specifications of this I would have.
One misgiving you have is you're not sure what the effect on zombies will be.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they're really stupid.
Right.
And
That they're just stimulus response.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, I am going to create in a 4 square inch, so 40 feet plus 1 square per level, so
in
that's
the middle of them.
70 square feet, starting
Okay.
right here.
Okay.
A white dragon
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and ice breath.
Okay.
But first I'm going to yell, "The dragon isn't real!"
Okay.
And then create a white dragon.
All
And
right.
I'm going to be actively controlling this and making it fly around and use
Trying
its
to do breath weapons in that
weapon,
circle
yeah,
there. Okay.
and try and freeze them.
All right. So in the air above, for those of you who don't have infravision, I'm assuming it's an infravision illusion too, multispectral, I guess.
It doesn't say anything to
So
one way or
we'll
the
say
other.
that
So
it's any visible spectrum.
Mhm.
And you and the flickering light see a white dragon suddenly appear. You hear him at the same time yell behind. You recognize Doc's voice. "The dragon isn't real!" As a white dragon suddenly appears over the zombies and pretty darn close to you guys, and opens its mouth as it swoops down and
yeah, it's
sheets of cold
it's pretty much like
force come
hovering
flying out.
over you and
Yeah.
Card.
And just shoots out, and you see all the zombies stop and look up as soon as it happens, and they look up at it, so they stop motion briefly,
okay.
which is opportunity for you guys.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Tor.
Take a hit at whoever's trying to climb up and swipe my face. 17 plus bonuses.
That's a hit.
Yep.
Damage it out.
7.
Okay, that's a kill. That's 5 North Rounders.
Take off the leg, just shove it off the side.
Okay. All right, and Klaus.
Are you removing the zombies from the pile, or are we not
Plus,
doing anymore?
We were.
You don't even bother. They're just piling up at this point. And Karn. Boy, Karn really is struggling. He must be really tired or something.
Well,
Yeah,
I
just a
wonder
little.
why.
Yeah. That doesn't explain the roles, but anyway.
Yeah.
But we can say that's why.
I mean, it makes perfect sense.
Sure, yeah. All right. Go ahead and roll a saving throw against
All right, then.
that.
So I'm rolling under.
Save versus spell.
You have to roll
Savers.
above your saving throw.
Roll above?
Okay, add 40
Yeah,
die roll.
yeah. Saving throw is reversed.
Okay, so I want to roll high. Got it.
What'd you get?
2.
Okay, you're like, oh crap! It's a dragon right there. You can feel the cold, and you feel its fear aura, like just because in your own mind, it's not really there, but you feel it. It's like, it's a real dragon. It's a real dragon. You just can't believe him. It's too real.
Oh, but,
it's too real. What?
Well,
Did you find a clause that says something for
well,
compatriots?
no. Creatures which disbelieve the phantasmal force gain a saving throw versus the spell.
Yeah.
So that could include me, and if they succeed, they
Gave
see
a
it for what
plus
it is.
4 to their compatriots.
And can give a +4 to
their
compatriots.
compatriots, right.
So by shouting, I would have given him a +4.
right,
Yeah,
but you
which-
rolled,
2
yeah.
of
Okay,
15.
just
so yeah.
I'm just checking.
Yes,
I wasn't sure.
we already
I hear you
covered
say
that.
it.
I wasn't sure if you.
Yeah, we caught that.
His
caught that or
grand
not,
total of
but,
6
you
didn't help him much.
You got to try.
River, you want to roll even though you're back there?
Oh, sure.
D20.
There it goes. Natural 20.
Okay, so you just believe immediately, like, oh, yeah, it's an illusion.
Duh.
Moisha, you want to roll?
Well, like, duh.
like,
Yes.
like anybody would know.
Yeah, obviously.
Like, white dragons are not that white.
They don't glow in the dark. What'd you get, Moisha?
I rolled an 8.
+4, 12. What's your saving throw versus spell?
Save versus spell is 16.
Okay, you did not disbelieve it. It seems real to you. Now, luckily, you're far enough back; it won't have any real effect. But you're not able to disbelieve it at this point.
Okay.
And let's see.
Well, just accept that it's fighting your enemies. So,
Karn disbelieves. You want to roll for Klaus? See if he disbelieves or not.
well, he's not very smart, was he?
No, he's a
3.
genius.
He believes
Oh,
it.
that's right. That's right. He was all over the place.
He was almost perfect, except
Yeah.
for like 2 stats.
Well, let's see what his stat says he would
I
have
think it was
done.
14 intelligence.
Yeah, no, 14.
It was a 17 on spell, and he does only have
Yeah.
a 14 intelligence.
Only.
But his wisdom is a 16.
Yeah, so, but, oh well. Alright, so the zombies paused. You got to strike one down. Karn didn't do well because he was so tired. Klaus, go ahead and roll his attack.
Okay.
It's an easy one.
8 plus 4.
Yep, because they're standing there looking up. So it's a hit. Just roll damage.
3, 4, 8 points.
He drops another one. Alright.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah. So they're all looking up. This force seems to hit them. You see them like brace for impact, and then you see all of them go slack for a second and look straight ahead. And then it just seems to pass through them. And then they stop, and all the eyes that you can see with your infravision all turn to you. As far as your infravision can reach, every single one of the zombies is now looking at you. And they all
Okay.
moved together as one.
Okay, so I think we can probably all safely assume that there is an intelligent force controlling these zombies.
That's that's you can
I'm-
assume what you
I'm-
want.
I'm-
Yeah, that's what you're mulling over.
No, we can all
I-
safely assume.
I-
But all of you saw this happen. That all the zombies went, and all look straight over in Talk's direction. Every single one that you can see. with
Because
your
every one of
information.
them figured out who cast the spell.
And at this point, a bunch of the zombies that were all trying to come there break off and loop around to the north and start climbing over the logs heading, because you're on the north side, right?
Yep, he's right here.
So an entire mob of them now are trying to get over the logs straight to you. They're making a beeline.
Do I have
But
a
it's
valid holy
all
water?
the others. So now it's the next round where you guys have finished climbing over the logs.
So, dun, dun, dun,
So River jumps down into the road.
Dun, dun, dun.
Go ahead and roll whatever you need to roll for that, River. Or is it just an ability?
It's just an ability that I have that
Okay,
I
it's not
take
that far down, so that's
half
fine.
damage to.
But you're down on
for
the
falls.
road, no problem.
Yeah.
You're over the logs.
So when I've gotten to the front of the logs,
Yes,
I didn't want to get down.
That's fine.
Or I wanted to get as far as I could without
right, without jumping down.
Yeah.
and with
Understood.
and without just sacrificing my spell.
Yep,
Okay.
understood. But you now see a whole gaggle of these zombies trying to head straight for you. Although
Yeah.
they've got a ways to go, and it's difficult, very difficult terrain for their shambliness.
So maybe like, what, 15 feet around?
For them, they can only do 1 square per round. For them, for you guys, it's 2 squares per round.
Oh, wow.
For them, it's 1
Through the
through the brown.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not very well balanced. All right. Okay, so you look down, go ahead and move another 5 feet of those logs out of the way for the road. I know that wreaks a little havoc, but they're still working fast and furious on that. So you just
So-
got 5 feet left.
What have the elves done?
Some of the elves started helping with that.
Okay.
Some of the elves helped speed up the process. In fact, half the elves that were there have started helping with the logs
And the other half?
sped it up.
Are they just hanging
The other
out?
half are there with their weapons drawn, watching.
Okay.
Looks like they're just prepared to hold as needed. They're not charging in though.
All right.
But the half helping just helped clear that 5 feet a lot faster.
Oh, yeah.
So, and you can move the group in 5 feet. 5 feet could make all the difference, you know.
No, those are. It's like the.
Oh, Klaus is no longer there. That's right.
Yeah, it's just.
the horses.
All right. Papa Voodoo, unless it's a gaggle of undead geese. He's going.
They're
The
north
term
London.
horde is used the most among zombie hunters and cryptozoologists. It's just a small area has a group of zombies, such as a building or small graveyard. It's called an infestation of zombies. If it is, then it says infestation. A more widespread lot, consisting of nearly an entire community or more, are called a plague of zombies, not a gaggle. So, Nefestus already said not if it's zombie geese. Anyway. All right. Go ahead, Torin.
Actually, I failed in fear, so I'm actually going to be like,
Yeah, good. You can't move more than 2 squares back unless you jump
That
down
was-
to the road.
that was 2. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the edge.
Okay. That makes sense. You can just, okay, and you already lost your sling in the mess.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Okay. All right. And Klaus? He didn't disbelieve either, but he's brave enough to stick it out, even though he's going to lose. He's going to be a -2.
Actually, isn't
I
there
thought
something
he
about
passed.
Cavaliers?
No, he failed.
Klaus
Okay.
is not a cavalier.
No, but Karn is, and they inspire.
They're-
They reduce fear
that's
for their
right.
comrades within a certain range, don't they?
That's right.
Oh yeah, and I think you
Yeah,
could both be in
that's
within
right.
range.
Oh yeah. They have an aura. I mean,
Cavaliers on Earth.
unearthed, yeah. But anyway, okay.
Automatic success on all illusion saving throws.
We'll
Anyway,
just do some other things.
just
while
roll
I'm
for
out there.
Klaus to see how he did on his attack.
Yeah,
Yep.
17. Even,
Okay,
even
roll
with
damage.
3 and
Okay.
5 plus
He
4.
drops
11.
another one. Okay, good. Drops another one. And Karn finally breaks his streak. He drops 2. One swing and then another.
Okay.
Takes 2 down. And they mob at him, but he's hanging in there. All right. Moisha.
Moisha will put some of the Odin footprint water on his sword
Okay.
and go berserking after the closest one.
Okay, and you were on the road, right?
I had climbed over the.
Yeah. So you come running up alongside Karn, and you have time left to take a swing at him. There, because it's 10 feet, so it's actually enough space.
Ooh, natural 20.
Nice. Nice. You guys are rolling well tonight.
Yeah.
You guys are doing-
Need to roll well.
yeah, you do need it, yeah. Imagine if you guys were all fumbling, how bad it would have been.
Oh my god.
All right, roll damage.
What am I rolling?
Long sword's going to be a D8.
D8. Okay. 1.
Add your damage bonus.
Wait, damage versus size. What size creature?
Normal, medium.
Okay, then just 1, because the
Do
other
you-
one, otherwise it
Do you have
would
a
be
strength
12.
bonus?
Pardon?
Do you have a strength bonus?
Is she gonna get to a centaur?
No.
Okay. All right.
If
Well,
I were
you
going after a centaur, though, I would
There
have
were
had a
centaurs.
now
One was
roll
really close.
now roll 2d8 for
Actually,
your.
technically, if Karn killed 2, the next one in line was a centaur. Just saying. He was there. That was where his mini was.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a d12 instead.
Okay. 3.
That's about the same relative. All right, but then roll 2d8 for the holy water. Not
Okay.
2d4. Sorry. 2d8.
2d4.
Yeah, 2d4. Sorry. You've
4.
got to the horse.
And 4.
Nice. All right. It's
8,
11.
22. There's a natural 20 for the hit.
Oh, times 2.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, 22. All right, that's a killing blow on a charging zombie centaur. Describe what happens.
We're all doomed, but I'm not going down without a fight. And he holds his sword up over his head so that he can come
I don't see anything.
relatively down on the centaur's chest, but he's probably only belly height.
Okay.
Because Moshe is
4
4 feet
foot.
tall.
Yep.
And so skewers him in the belly.
All right, and it kind of plunges over on top of you. You manage to step back and not get buried under him. And with a twist of your sword, you're able to shove him off to the side so that it doesn't block your ability to move.
Okay.
So shove him over to the north just a little bit there. Just in time for 2 more zombies to fill the gap.
Wonderful. We're all doomed.
You got to the horse.
Okay, I bring out the.
There's a good alignment where you have protection from fear or in a 1 foot radius, so 10 foot, 10 feet or 10 yards. Would that be 10 yards outside then?
Yeah, 10 yards.
So I would fall into that radius and would not be afraid.
Okay.
Hooray!
fine.
Be not afraid.
You hesitated though, but
Yeah.
no, you're not running away. But you got to the horse.
Got to the horse, and I'm grabbing the vial of,
'Kay.
of holy water.
You found it.
Okay, can I?
That's about it for
Yeah.
this round.
Yeah, that should be done. Right?
Okay. Talk.
Ah! Heskta! Heskta!
Talk, get down here, and I can help you a little.
That's from quite a distance.
Yep. Just
Yeah.
say.
Oh, it'll take me like 4 rounds to get to you.
I can make you invisible.
So that was a very meta conversation. Could you
Yeah.
please do
Yeah,
that
yeah,
in
yeah.
character?
Yeah.
So try that again in character, please.
Talk, if you come down here, I can make you invisible.
I've got a few problems, but maybe I'll take you that opportunity. It might take me a while to get over there, but no.
Move all those zombies forward 10 squares that are heading towards Talk.
10 squares.
Sorry,
1
10
square.
feet. 10 feet. Zoom!
We all put them in.
Vampire zombies.
We're done. Game over, man. Game over.
Can the centaur make it onto the wood or no? Of course it just
Centaur cannot.
can't. Okay. Then he'll probably start heading back this way.
Yeah. Okay.
How many centaurs are left?
They just keep coming. It's just there's
So I'm going to do the
there's
only thing.
hundreds of each.
Yeah, I'm going to do the only thing I can at this point, magic-wise, that would actually affect potentially. I'm going to do color spray. Upon casting spell, the illusionist causes a vivid fan-shaped spray of clashing
So you're gonna
colors.
stop your other spell? Stop
Oh, yeah.
concentrating the other one? So you let that one go.
Well, but it continues for 2 rounds after I'm done
Okay.
concentrating.
It doesn't
on
seem
so.
to be phasing them though.
Yeah, it's
In fact, the only people it seems to be phasing are your own guys, but
Yeah.
luckily Karn's helping with that.
I'm not on the horses.
Yeah, it's busy over there.
yeah.
Alright,
Hey,
so you're gonna do
just so
spray. Let's
everybody
hurry,
knows,
we're out of
I
time
tried
here.
to do a huge
Let's hurry. Yeah, let's
Hail
hurry, we're out
Mary
of time.
thing, but that didn't work so well. So anyway, I'm going to cause 1 to 6 creatures within the area of effect to be knocked out.
Okay, you know what? We're just gonna have to leave it at that.
Yeah, it's
So
it's
you're
too,
preparing
Sorry,
your
it's too complicated a
you're
spell
preparing
to.
your color spray spell. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, it's too
next.
complicated to do quick.
So John will take photos of where everything is before we pack it away.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't leave it here because of all the other shows that we have. So yes, we will see if the party survives this or not. These hordes and hordes of zombies, elves and centaurs and Northrond zombies.
Oh my.
Still 5 more feet of logs to move out of the way before they get their horses through. And then, of course, you still got to deal with stopping them coming through.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the wood elves will help you with
Well, at least we'll be bottlenecked a bit.
Yeah. So, but so far you didn't lose any characters yet. We did lose a player.
Yeah.
I hope Joe's okay. Hope his dog's okay too.
Who kept coming from
We'll be back again next Sunday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific time, right here on twitch.tv/RPG Research. If you haven't donated to us yet, please do at rpgresearch.com/donate. We're a 501c3 nonprofit studying the effects of all role-playing game formats and their potential to help improve lives. So please help us. We do a lot of research and community programs, and your donation helps us help others. And wherever you may be well, happy gaming, and namarie.
Goes through him like a hot knife through butter.
Konbanwa.
Dream well.
The zombies are after me, Lucky Charms.
Ow! Ouch!
Katie?
We're all doomed.
Dan?
They're magically delicious. All of the party members.
Thank you and good night.